are going to work on some opening up through the chest and the neck and the shoulders today. But first we're just going to start with a meditation. So come into a nice comfortable seated position, whether that's kneeling or cross-legged. And then we're just going to close the eyes and make sure the spine is nice and tall. I'm going to start with just a big deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out and sigh through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out and sigh. And 1 more big deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out and sigh. I want you to continue with that deep breathing. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out through the nose. No need to count for this one, but I want you to think about making your inhales equal to the length of your exhales. So nice long deep breaths in and deep breaths out. And just bringing your awareness to the tip of your nose. And see if you can come to be aware of the air coming in and out through the nostril. So as you breathe in, feeling that air coming up in through the nostril. And then as you breathe out, see if you can feel the air coming out of the nose. And just focus your attention there for a moment. Really coming aware of any sensations that you feel at the tip of the nose where the air is coming in and out of the nostrils. Now I invite you to place one hand on your belly. And feeling the belly rise as you inhale. And the belly retract as you exhale. Now see if you can become aware of the breath going in and out of the nose, and being aware of the belly rising and falling. Just synchronizing that breath. Inhaling, the belly expands. Exhaling, the belly retracts. Now I'm going to get you to release that hand from the belly, just placing your hand on top of your thigh or on top of your knees. And I want you to bring your awareness to the top of your head now. Just feeling any sensations you might feel at the top of the head. And from the top of the head, we're going to expand upwards. Just envision a light, a bright light. It can be a white light, blue light, pink light, whatever color you want it to be. It's going to expand from the top of your head all the way up, all the way up through the universe, keep going up into the universe until you find a star. It could be the brightest star, smallest star, biggest star that you see. And just imagine that connection between the top of your head and that light and the star. I want you to picture a blue light emanating from that star. I'm going to pull all the energy from the universe, the energy from that star, back down through the universe, through the atmosphere, through the sky, all the way back down to the top of the head. I'm going to move that energy down through the body, to the top of the head, down the spine, through the heart, all the way down to the soles of the feet. And then coming back up to meet in the heart. So feel that energy from the universe in your heart center, right in the center of your chest. Just feel it emanating, feel it growing. And just becoming aware of your heart and your heartbeat. And now from our heart center, we're going to imagine another bright light. It can be any color. It could be blue, red, green, pink. And that light is going to go down the spine, through the seat, through your hips, through your tailbone, all the way down, through the mat that you're sitting on, through the ground, all the way down to the center of the earth. And there you're going to imagine tying that cord, that light cord, around a huge boulder, a huge rock that you find at the center of the earth. And now we're going to imagine a bright, red, vibrant light. That's the energy of the earth. We're going to pull that energy from the earth, that grounding, supportive energy, back up through this light cord, up through your seat, through the tailbone, up the spine, and meeting in the heart. So we're meeting the energy of the universe with the energy of the earth in your heart center. Again, becoming aware of that heartbeat. And just breathing in and out naturally. I'm going to feel that energy in the heart center starting to expand out around you, on the outside of the body. And you're going to expand it out into the room around you. And we're going to keep expanding. We're going to keep expanding out into the city you live in, the town, the village. And keep expanding out into the province, the state that you live in, to the country, to the continent. You're going to keep expanding all the way out to the universe, past the stars. Just feeling that energy of the heart center. And we slowly start to feel that heart center beating. Bringing your awareness now to the soles of your feet. We're going to move energy from the feet all the way up to the top of the head and then back down the feet. So imagine a white light at the soles of the feet, and it's going to move up the legs, up the tailbone, up the spine, all the way to the top of the head, and then back down to the soles of the feet. So as you breathe in, imagine that white light moving up through the body, and as you exhale, the white light moves down through the body. So inhale, moving that energy up the spine, and as you exhale, moving it down. Inhale, moving it up. Exhale, moving it down. Going with your own breath, going at your own pace. No need to rush. On your next exhale, just see that white light at the tailbone, right at the sit bone. We're going to move that energy again back down through the earth, all the way down to the center of the earth. Just imagine that connection, that grounding with the center of the earth. Feeling completely supported and at peace. Take another big deep breath in through the nose here. And then breathe out through the mouth and exhale. We'll do 2 more like that. Big deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth and sigh. And 1 more big inhale. And exhale. Slowly start to come back to the room, come back to your body. You can start by slowly wiggling the fingers and the toes. You can pick those shoulders up towards the ears, making big circles with the shoulders, going up and back. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. And then changing directions, going up and forward. And then just keeping your hands on the thighs. We're going to do some cat-cow type movements from that seated position. So as you inhale, lift the chest. Bring the chest forward, look up, and then as you exhale, round through the back. Inhale, look up, lift the chest. Exhale, round through the back. And inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Slowly just come to your seated position. You can slowly open the eyes. And then we're going to make our way to lay on our stomach completely flat down on our bellies. So you can move your props out of the way. So we're going to start in a Sphinx pose. So you're going to have your elbows directly underneath your shoulders to start. Let the feet go wide. If this is enough of a stretch for you, stay here. Otherwise, you can take your hands as wide as the mat and extend those arms out straight. You can also use a pillow here if you want it to be a bit more restorative, a bit more supportive. So you can take your pillow or pillows, place it underneath the chest, extending those arms out. And this just helps to prop the chest up, less having to use the arms to keep your body in that upright, open up chest position. So you're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. So if you want it to have that support, you can. So we're letting the hips relax, letting the heels fall out to the side, keeping that chest raised. We're just going to take a big deep breath in, deep breath out. Again, no worries on counting here, just trying to make your inhales equal in length to your exhales. If it feels comfortable for you, you can also let that head fall down, letting the neck relax. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly walk ourselves up if we've used that prop to move it out of the way. And I want you to come all the way down, just resting your head to one side on top of your fingers. We're just going to stay there for 3 breaths. Now we're going to come into a chest stretch, but from a lying position. So come over to one edge of your mat. So I'm coming over to the right edge of my mat. I'm going to take my left arm completely out to the side and my right arm out to like a T. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll onto my left side. And I'm going to just keep my right hand in front of me. And I'm going to take my right leg back just to try to open up that body. So you can keep your head down and you just roll as far as you can till you feel a stretch in the front of that shoulder. So it doesn't have to be very aggressive. It doesn't have to be really deep. You're just rolling over onto that shoulder and letting the head relax. You might even get some opening up through the hips. If you want it to be a bit deeper, you can always push into your right hand to roll onto that shoulder a little bit deeper. Again, connecting back with that breath. Take a big deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathing in and out through the nose. You can also keep your legs straight here if that's more comfortable for you. Just rolling over onto the hips to get that stretch through the front of the chest. And then slowly on your next inhale, you're going to come back to lay on the belly. Bringing those hands underneath the forehead or underneath the head, turning the head to the opposite direction that you were facing last time. And again, resting here for 3 breaths. And we're going to slowly move on to the other side. So extending those arms out in that T position, now rolling over onto the right side. Again, you can take that left knee now, placing the foot behind. Left hand pushes into the ground if you want a bit more pressure to stretch through that shoulder and chest. Connecting back with that breath. Big inhale. Big exhale. Head can relax. And then slowly again come to lay on that belly, resting here, head in your hands, turning your head to one side, whichever way is most comfortable for you. This time we'll stay here for 4 breaths. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly start to come up, coming onto our hands and knees. For the next one, we're going to come into a child's pose, but we're going to use a prop, either blocks or your pillow, to rest our elbows on so we can get a stretch through the back of the arms and maybe into the lats. So if you have a firm pillow, you can place that in front of you. You're going to take your knees wide, and you're going to rest your elbows on top of your props. So you can also use your blocks, 2 blocks, placing your elbows on top of the blocks. And then you're going to place your hands together in that prayer position. As you sit back, your bum's coming towards your heels. Then your hands are going to go behind the back of your head. Head can rest on the pillow or through the blocks. Just pushing down through your elbows to feel that stretch in the lats and maybe in the back of the tricep. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out. letting the back relax, letting the back of the arms relax, letting the hips open, the lower back, the chest to open. On your next inhale, slowly start to come out of that pose. You move the prop just out of the way, coming up onto your hands and knees. From here, we're going to come into a shoulder stretch. So you're going to take your right arm, palm facing down, slide it underneath that left arm. Drop the head and shoulder down to the ground. Option to stay here. You can use that left hand to push your right onto your right shoulder to get a bit deeper of a stretch, or you can keep your hand there and not push, or extend the arm out over in front of you, over your head. Just makes it a little bit more of a deeper stretch here. Try to relax the neck and the head. Taking a big deep breath in, deep breath out. And on your next inhale, slowly bring that hand back if you've extended it over your head, and using that left hand to help push you back up. Stay here. Before we move to the other side, we'll do a couple cat-cows. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out, rounding to the back, push to the hand. Big deep breath in, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale. Exhale. Just one more cycle through. And then we're going to slowly switch to the other side. Taking that left hand, starting with the palm facing down, underneath the right, dropping the head and shoulder. Option to keep that right hand in front of the face, rolling onto that left shoulder, or extending the right arm up over your head. Palm can come to face up if that's more comfortable for you, for your shoulder. Big inhale. Big exhale. Relaxing into that pose. On your next inhale, slide that right hand back if you've extended it out. Pushing into that right hand, slowly coming back up. Again, we're going to cycle through 3 cat-cows. Big inhale. Big exhale. Going with your own breath, going at your own pace. Take it nice and slow. And then from here, we're going to make our way into a seated position. You can use that prop again if you'd like to sit on your pillow or a block. And you can be kneeling or sitting cross-legged. And we're just going to come into some stretches for the upper body. So I'm going to start by taking our right arm directly in front of the chest, and then taking your left hand, left arm on top of that arm. So you're pulling your right arm towards you, keeping it straight. So you might feel a stretch through the outer part of the shoulder. You might feel a bit in the tricep. You can close your eyes here. Just take a big deep breath in. Deep breath out. Think about relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. If you feel that tension release a little bit, you can pull the arm a little bit closer towards your chest. Big inhale. Big exhale. Three more breaths like that. And then slowly release that arm, but we're going to take that right arm, same arm, up and over behind the back of the head. So working a little bit deeper into that tricep, you might feel it a little bit down into that lat. So take the left hand up on the elbow, pulling the elbow towards your head. If you'd also like to take a bind, you can take that left hand, reaching up for the right and pulling down that way. You can also use a strap here if you'd like to come up from behind, because you get a bit deeper of a stretch in that left shoulder as well. So choosing your position, taking a big deep breath in, deep breath out. And then slowly releasing the arms. Just placing your hands on top of your thighs. We're going to take 3 breaths here before we move to the left side. And slowly take that left arm across your chest, taking your right hand and pulling that arm towards you. Again, if you'd like to close your eyes, if there's not already closed, taking a big deep breath in, deep breath out. Just 2 more breaths here. And then taking that left arm behind the back of the head, Taking your right hand onto that elbow, staying here if you'd like, or taking that right hand into that bind, so reaching up for that left hand, clasping the hands behind you. Take a big deep breath and keep that chest lifted. Try not to round through the back. One more breath here. And again, slowly releasing the hands, bringing the hands on top of the thighs. Resting here for 3 breaths. Just feeling the effects of the stretches on the body, on the arms. Now for the next one, I'll ask you to open your eyes if they're closed. You can extend your arms straight out in front of you, backs of your hands facing towards each other. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand over my left and then clasp my hands together. And then you're going to bring your hands down and towards your chest, kind of making that downward motion, circular motion, and then coming up in front of you. And I want you to extend your arms out as far as you can. That's comfortable for you. Don't worry about the arms being completely straight. So this is a stretch for the hands and the forearms. Just finding that position, that pose where you feel some stretching, but not to the point of pain. And once we get to that pose, we're just gonna hold it. Big inhale, big exhale. 3 more breaths like that. And then slowly bring the hands back towards your chest. Extending them out in front of you. Unclasping. And then we're going to switch. We're going to take that left over the right. Clasp the hands, bring the hands towards the chest. And then try to straighten them out, going only as far as you can. Keeping those fingertips clasped. Close the eyes. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more breaths. And then bring the hands back towards your chest. Straighten them out. Rest them on top of your thighs. Now I'd like you to take your right hand, bring it down beside you. It's not going to touch the ground, but just down, and you're going to flex that right wrist. Then I want you to take your left earlobe towards your left shoulder. So you're just dropping the head down to the side. The reason we have that arm extended so you can get a bit deeper stretch into that right side of the neck. And again, breathing here, deep breath in, deep breath out. Letting that head come down towards that left shoulder as close as you can. Two more breaths here. And then slowly bring the head back up. You can bring that right hand to rest on top of the thigh. Now bring that left arm down, flex at the wrist, and bring your right ear to the right shoulder. 5 breaths here. Taking your time. Two more breaths. And then slowly bring the head back to straight. Rest that left palm on the thigh. Then we're going to look down. So you're going to bring your chin down towards your chest, letting the head relax down. And 5 breaths here. Just letting that head relax. Close the eyes. If you wanted to add some gentle pressure, you can clasp your hands behind the head. Make sure you're not pulling on the back of the head, just resting the hands there to add some extra weight, get a deeper stretch. On your next inhale, slowly lifting the head, resting the hands back up on top of the thighs or knees. Now the last one here we're going to do stretching the front of the neck. So now I don't want you to think about tipping your head necessarily all the way back. It's more about protruding the chin up and out, and then letting the muscles of the front of the neck stretch out. If you'd like to take your fingertips and kind of massage down the front of the throat and resting the hands right on the collarbone, pulling down slightly as you protrude that chin out and up. Breathing in and out through the nose. And your next inhale, bringing your hands to rest on top of the thighs, bringing your head back to neutral. Just stay here in this pose, this seated pose, whether you're kneeling or cross-legged, just feeling the effects of the stretches. We'll stay here for 5 breaths. And slowly start to open the eyes. And then we're going to make our way back down onto our bellies again. Moving your props out of the way. For this one, we're going to bring both of our hands underneath our chest. So as you come down onto your belly, starting in that Sphinx pose again, I'm going to slide my right hand underneath my left arm and then bringing my left arm out, kind of crossing my hands underneath me, letting the legs relax, and then letting that forehead just fall forward. So I'm stretching through the arms, upper arms, back, neck, just letting that head relax and fall down. If you want this to be a bit more intense, more deeper, try to slide those hands underneath your chest a little bit further to get some more weight on top of the arms. Remembering to relax through the legs, the lower body, the glutes, the back, the neck, the shoulders. Connecting back into that breath. On your next inhale, slowly start to slide those arms back. So your elbows are underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to switch. So you're going to take your left hand underneath your right and take your right in front of the left. So now your right arm should be the one on top. And then resting that head down. Relaxing the glutes, relaxing the legs. On your next inhale, slowly raising that head up and bringing those elbows back in. We're just going to stay in this Sphinx pose for 3 more breaths. Just keeping those elbows bent. Really let that lower back, belly, glutes, legs relax. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On your next inhale, we're going to slowly come back into a child's pose for 3 breaths. So taking the knees wide, extend the arms straight out in front of you, letting the head relax down. Big inhale, big exhale. And then slowly start to walk your hands all the way over to the right side of the mat to feel a stretch on the left side of the body. You're going to stay here for 5 breaths. And then slowly walk your hands all the way over to the left side of the mat to feel a stretch on the right side of the body. Slowly making your way up. From here, we're going to come into our Shavasana. So if you'd like to grab some props, so if you have a blanket or a pillow for the back of the knees, you want a pillow for the head, you can grab that now. Into your pose, taking those legs wide, You're using that blanket, draping it over the body. Now option to rest the hands on the belly or letting them fall down beside you, palms facing up. Just going to take that big deep breath in through the nose. And then breathe out through the mouth, sigh. Big deep breath in, breathe in through the nose. Breathe out and sigh. One more like that. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out and sigh. And letting your body sink down into the mat. Letting your body become completely relaxed. Just feeling the effects of tonight's practice on your body. Being aware of any muscles that you're still contracting or holding on. And just be aware to let them relax. They don't need to do anything right now. This is their time to rest. Feel the muscles in the face start to go loose and heavy. The muscles in the neck relax deeper. The shoulders relax and release away from the ears. The upper arms, forearms, wrists, palms, back of the hands and fingertips all go heavy. Muscles in the chest and the abdomen and pelvis. Release and relax. Upper back, middle back, lower back and glutes all go heavy with relaxation. Hip flexors release. Quads, hamstrings, front of the knee, back of the knees. Feel heavy and relaxed. Shins and calves, ankles, tops of the feet, soles of the feet, all the way down to the toes are heavy and relaxed. Now your body feels heavy with relaxation, but feeling light at the same time. There's lightness to that heaviness. Allowing your body to come into that deep relaxation. There's nothing for you to hold on to. There's nothing for your body to do. I'm going to slowly start to wake up the body. You can start by taking big deep breaths in and out. And move the head from one side to the other side. Bringing the arms up over your head. Big stretch to the arms, big stretch to the legs. And then slowly bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a big hug. And then coming to lay on the right or left side. Stay here for 3 breaths. And when you're ready, slowly coming up to a seated position. We're going to end with 1 Om. So just take a big deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. On your next inhale, breathe in through the nose. Bring your hands in front of your chest. And Om. Namaste.